That's right, you guys. You saw it. The floors have been put down in all three of the bedrooms and the hallway. And I have been working on the trim in some of the rooms, like the master bedroom has trim. We still have to do touch-up painting and caulking, but I have to continue with this. We've been kind of slacking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. We're getting tired of this stuff, so we need to take a break every now and then. But Antonio and I just got finished, I guess, ripping some more of the plywood to do the trim. And then we also, this trim is 3-inch. This is gonna be the top border piece around the door frames. And also we're doing 4-inch on the top of the closet. So this closet, for instance, it's gonna have 3-inch on the edges here, just like 3 inches on the door trim. And then at the top, it's gonna be 4 inches and 4 inches here. And then the baseboards down on the bottom are 5 inches. We are gonna be doing something cool with the doors on the closets though. I've decided that I want to do bifold barn doors. So that's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna have the barn doors, I'm gonna stain them like the darker tone of the wood that's on the floor. Maybe the lighter. I haven't quite decided yet what stain color I'm gonna go with, but either way, it's gonna have I might end up just doing white. I'm not sure, but it's gonna have the track on the top and they're gonna be bifold. So just like your typical louver bifold doors, it's gonna be like that, but it's gonna be on the track for a barn door style look. So you guys are gonna have to stay tuned to see what that turns out to look like. It's gonna be really nice. I do feel like it's really gonna help just increase the look that I'm going for in this house. You can see this door here already has the side trim. This one also already has the side trim, and so does this one. They just need the top piece up there. Again, like I said, it's gonna be 4 inches up on the top. And just to kind of give you an idea of what that's gonna look like, it's gonna be like this. So it's 4 inches on the top, 3 inches on the side, 5 inches down on the bottom there. So again, this room has been almost completely done. The top here has been completed, and all of the borders down on the bottom don't mind the mess, have been done on the bottom. And the inside of the frame in the closet on this has been done as well. We just need to finish doing the border and the trim along the outside, and then once we get all of the borders and trim, that stuff done, and probably even the touch-up paint and the caulking, then we'll start working on the doors, because we have a plan for even these, even the actual bedroom doors. We're going to be putting a trim on these doors as well, just to give them more of a decorative look to it, I guess. So we're gonna do some nice trim on these doors. That might take a while though. We might take a break before we get there. And we're also gonna be changing out the door handles to a black handle. We still have to finish priming, and you can see we primed a little bit on this wall here, but we still have to prime all of this all the way down that way. My husband did go ahead and paint all the ceilings. We do have to replace this here. This is the attic access panel, so this needs to be replaced. But all of the ceilings have been painted except for in the spare bathroom and the master bedroom. So we do still need to do that. Once this side of the house is complete, we will start working on this side of the house here. So far, we've gotten 2 estimates on doing the headers or the beams that are going to go up into the ceiling. So they're not going to be exposed beams. They're going to be actually in the ceiling or in the attic space, if that's how you want to say it. So we will not see them at all, which is kind of good, kind of bad. I was hoping that we would get at least 1 exposed beam, but unfortunately, the way that this house was built, the way that they did the roof was they had beams going from, or joists, they had joists going from the edge of the wall over here, coming to the center to this wall right here. And then they had more joists going from that way up to this wall that was right here. So the center between these 2 walls has adjoining, I guess, supports or something like that. I don't know really how to say it, but these are both supporting walls. So unfortunately, it's going to cost us a little bit more money than we had expected, because we have to do 2 18-inch LVTs. I think they're called LVTs. It's either LVT or LTV, but I'm pretty sure it's LVT beams. So those have to be specially made, and they're extremely heavy. But I did save a lot of money on my kitchen cabinets. You guys, I am so stinking excited. I finally got my cabinets ordered. They're gonna be here in about 6 weeks or so. And the lady from Lowe's actually called me and told me that they were having an additional flash sale of an additional 10% off to the 30% off that I was already quoted. So I am saving an additional like $4,300. So I was like, done, sold. You got me. I'm getting my cabinets. I'm so stinking excited about it. I'm getting the soft close, huge Lazy Susan in the corner. I'm getting my kitchen island. I'm so happy, and I cannot wait to show you guys. But it is going to be some time before you can start seeing that kind of stuff happen in the house. Like I said, it's going to be, she told me about 6 to 8 weeks before those come in. And then also the appliances have already been ordered. That was ordered a few weeks ago, I can't remember. And the windows should be put in within the next week or 2. I think 2 weeks. Let's not push it and say a week, but the next 2 weeks or so, the windows will be installed. So super happy about that too. We're getting things going. I'm happy about this floor. Here's my closet is getting a little messy here because it's the only closet I have, but I do have a linen closet, and this linen closet smells amazing. So much better than the rest of the house. If I could just kind of hang out in the closet all day, I probably would, because it smells good in there. But once things get moving over here, pantry over here, which every time I try to show you guys the pantry, there's always been stuff in the way. But I do have a decent sized pantry in here, which we need to change out the shelves and stuff like that. But for right now, and it still needs to get painted. When we first moved in, we weren't painting yet, and I really needed to get some food in here. So I literally just took a can of spray paint and spray painted the best that I could. The house was a disaster. I wasn't worried about fumes. There was no air conditioning on, nothing like that. So I just grabbed this spray paint can and started going to town. But I am gonna have to remove all of this food here and get it out. We're gonna have to paint in here. We're changing up the shelves, like I said. I also want my husband to put an electrical outlet in here. And also there is another room for a shelf right here, so we are gonna put another shelf. But from here to, you can't see how deep it is, but it's a little ways down to the floor there. You can see from here to here. I do want like a cabinet, so he's going to or somebody's gonna build a cabinet. Most likely we will. But I want a little cabinet that kind of goes there, and then I want a shelf that goes from here to this wall here. I don't want any wasted space. I want to be able to come in here and you guys, there's so much stuff in here right now. It's ridiculous. My storage situation is still not under control, but I have like medicines and stuff, you know. I still have a whole bunch of seasoning. My husband stores his stuff in here, you know, but anyways, yeah, so this is a work in progress, but it's definitely, you guys, I am so happy I have some sort of storage in this house. As small as this house is, at a mere 1,400 square feet, it's nice that there's even a pantry in the house. So no complaints here. And also, I'm gonna get a lot more storage in the kitchen, because this is gonna, if you guys are new to the channel, we recently moved here about 2 months ago from Alabama. We moved from a 2,700 square foot home to a 1,400 square foot home. So we downsized our home to increase our land, but we do have plans for this house. We're going to be doing some additions. Hopefully somewhere in the near future, we're going to get a pool and, you know, have some nice stuff outside. We're going to build a barn. There's a whole bunch of things that we have planned for this house for the future. We're just not there yet. Again, we've only been here for 2 months. It takes time to get this stuff done, and we want to do the majority of this stuff ourselves, so it's even going to take us a little bit longer. There's only the two of us, no friends, no family, nobody to ask for help to come and help us out. Although my brother-in-law did come to help us knock out this wall here, and I have a feeling that he's gonna want to come back too, so maybe he'll help us with some more projects in the future, considering we're only 6 hours away now instead of 12. That is, well, 5.5 hours instead of 12, so that's definitely helpful. But none of this stuff is going to be here. This whole wall is going to be taken down, and this area over here, from here to here, there's not going to be a door here. This is going to be just a regular wall, and my refrigerator and my stove is going to be on this side, and then we're getting a new window here, and then the dishwasher is going to be on this side, not on this side, because I am right-handed, so it just makes more sense to put things to the right rather than to the left. And I'm in the corner over here, there's going to be a nice Lazy Susan, and this is not going to be here, but the island is going to go in this area here. So there's going to be a nice big island. I think it's a not huge island, but I think it's like 5 feet by 3 feet, so it's a decent size. And then this is going to be a sliding glass door here. So things are coming along. We've got plans. We know our idea of things, of what we're going to have done. And oh, and one more thing, once the floors are done, sorry, not the floors, once the trim is done in the bedrooms and this hallway, before we even get to the kitchen, we are gonna start working on the master bathroom. So just yesterday, we picked up the sheetrock that's going to be going in the shower area, and also the cement board that's going to go down on the floor for the tile. And I already have my vanity. Right here is going to be a 32-inch vanity, because that's the only size that we can put here, because we can't knock anything down over here, because on the other side of this wall here is the bathroom. So this is what we have to work with. It's all right. We'll work with it, and it's fine. No big deal. The shower is going to go here. I'm getting excited. Things are happening, and I cannot wait until the rest of this stuff is done so I can start bringing in some furniture, because I really need to get the bedroom furniture in here so I can stop living out of the, well, I'm not completely living out of my suitcase, because I do have clothes hanging. But I would like to get Alexia's room under control and Zion's room under control and stuff like that. So right now, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get to work because none of this stuff is gonna get done unless I sand all of these boards. And I mentioned that quite a few videos back that my job is painting and also my job is sanding because I do a better job. I'm a little bit more nitpicky than my husband is, and I want the paint to go on super smooth, and I want to be able to clean baseboards and stuff like that easily without having any kind of divots or anything like that in the baseboards. So it's really important that when you sand, if you're gonna do your own baseboards and trim, you want to make sure that you sand it to the point where it is smooth, because if you still feel some roughness on those boards, when you paint, even though the paint will soak into the wood, you will still have a hard time cleaning out the grooves, even with the paint on there. Even if it's a, you know, one of the top of the line Sherwin-Williams $54 gallon paint, you're still gonna have a hard time cleaning your baseboards if there's too many grooves in the wood. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when you buy your trim from the store, they already have it sanded down and painted and ready to go. You're just spending, you know, $26 for a piece of trim. So in this case, because we're trying to save money, we're trying to cut corners and do things ourselves. So what you do is you buy, these are 1/2 inch pieces of plywood. However, whenever you purchase plywood, you want to make sure that you're looking for a good piece of plywood. Be choosy when you look at them. You want to make sure that they don't have a bunch of nicks and super warped and stuff like that. Now, plywood's a big sheet, so they're going to be a little warped, you know, but you try to do the best that you can. Definitely whenever you're purchasing any kind of 2x4s, 2x6, 2x8s, 2x10s, any of those, you want to make sure that you're looking, you want to like turn the wood like this, and you want to look down the center to make sure that those boards are straight. If those boards are not straight, you're gonna have a hard time with whatever job you're doing. Some jobs you can get away with not worrying about if it's straight or not, but there's a lot of jobs where you just want to make sure that your boards are super straight, or at least as straight as you can find them. You don't want any warped boards. Now, some of these plywood trims are gonna be a little warped from sitting outside, even from picking them up from the store. They could still be a little warped, but when you're nailing them into the wall on the bottom, you wanna make sure that that curved part is towards the wall. So the bend would be, you know, out towards you, and the curvy side would be towards the wall. So when you nail it, you're pushing it and making it go straight. I need to get to work now. So watch as I get some of these sanded. I'm just using a corner Black & Decker sander. I love this thing. It's lightweight, it's easy to use, and on Amazon I ordered a box of different grit paper that Velcro to this, so it makes it super easy to use, and I love it. So one thing you want to remember when you're sanding your trim, you want to look at each of your boards first. Figure out which side of the board is the nicer side of the two, okay? You're gonna sand the nicer side and you're gonna put the uglier side towards the wall. You want the square look, but you don't want any sharp edges. So you are gonna go on the edge of the border, not enough to round it, but just enough to take off that point. So right here, it's smooth, and I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I just barely hit the corner, okay? And you're gonna do that on the good side, but you're also gonna do that on just on the edge of the bottom side as well. So when you paint, you don't have any little splinters coming up, okay? And that's why you're doing this, is just for the splinters. And see, I can run my finger on this side and it's not gonna splinter me at all. Now, if I go to this side, this is the rough side, okay? You can see how rough it is. You've got these little nick pieces here and stuff like that. So you're gonna smooth out both sides. You always do the edge here, and you're gonna do this side and on this side. And like I said, then you figure out which side of the board it is that you like the most. But I'm probably going to use this side with the little knot here. As long as the knot is not a deep knot, I do like a little bit of the knots. And I'm going to sand this whole side of this board and make this smooth. But that's basically the gist of it. So I've got a lot of boards to do here. I am not gonna take you guys along for all that. This is only a quarter of the boards that I have to do. So I need to get to work and not focus on the camera so much. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're learning a little bit from us, even though we don't go into a whole lot of detail of everything that we're doing. But if you need to put up some new trim and some new baseboards in your house, I hope this video at least helps you with that. It will definitely change the appearance of your house if you have some of the smaller baseboards down the bottom. Even if you're keeping your door trim that you have, that's fine. But if you want those thicker baseboards just towards the bottom of your, your floorboard there, go ahead and do this. It's super easy. It is time consuming, but it'll save you a ton of money if you do it yourself. So thank you guys so much. And until next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you then. Take care.